Oh, I don't know which reading to preach on. I have a homily for the first reading and one for the gospel, and both are a half hour. So I got to pick one. And I think we're going to go with the first reading. The first reading is the Lord preparing the Israelites for their liberation. Yeah, they were under slavery to the Egyptians for, at that point, I want to say 3 generations. And what they knew was that for the preceding month, God had one at a time picked off the Egyptian gods. If you look at the order of the plagues that swept through Egypt, God starts with their lowest god on the Egyptian pantheon, and now he's worked his way up one at a time till he gets to their god Ra, their son of God, the highest guy on their hierarchy. And how is the Lord going to do it? In an unspeakably horrible way. He's going to take the lives of the firstborn of everyone who is not marked with the blood of the Lamb. After this event, the Lord tells the Jews, I did something unspeakable to save you. And as a result, from now on, every male that opens his mother's womb belongs to me. And that's what we experienced in Jesus when he was a boy. When they brought him into the temple, they were fulfilling that law. That God, in a sense, saying, I had to take all of these lives to save you. You owe me your firstborn. And so from that day forward, every Jewish male who opened his mother's womb was taken in and given to the Lord. The key to me for this passage is 2 things that I think are really important for us. One, the Lord asked them, remember this thing I did for you. You remember it. And the Jews faithfully did so. That for the next 2,000 years, once a year on the anniversary of this event, the Jews gathered together and they remembered the horrible, beautiful thing God did to save them. And they thanked him for it. While doing that, while in this ritual of thanking and remembering, they also prepared. The instructions you heard today were the Lord, and they might not make sense to us, but the Lord is telling them to do what anybody would have done when they need to be ready to go. Right? And this is what you and I need. We need to be ready to go, guys. There will always be those who tragically, in the name of God, try to tell you that the last days are here. I don't know if you're aware of this. Every generation has said, oh my gosh, everything's so terrible, this must be the end of the world. Everybody. There's not a point in human history where there haven't been people out preaching this. These are the last days. Guys, we could be in the prelude. We could be an hour from judgment. We could be at the beginning of the beginning of the beginning. We have no idea. Jesus made it clear it's not our business to know. Here's what's our business to do. Be ready. Be ready today. I know I've told you that story of St. Francis of Assisi, who was working in his garden, and one of the brothers ran up to him and said, Francis, what would you do if I told you I knew for a fact that Jesus was returning in the next hour? And Francis literally said, I'd finish this row. He lived every day of his life like Jesus was coming, and so must we. We must have our spiritual bags packed. Not be too attached to this world, but ready to get home at the call of the Lord. So there we go. 2 things I think Jesus is calling us to do today. 1, thank you. A heart full of gratitude. That his answer to our slavery was to die. To let the slave masters kill him so that he could liberate them. We should be so grateful we irritate each other thanking the Lord. 2, be packed, be ready. You have no idea when you are personally going to meet the Lord or when the world's going to end. Who knows? Here's what we do know. Every day of our lives, it could be today, and we'll be ready. Amen? Okay. Grateful